Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Alex and I am an apostate. I used to be the director of public book sales at the Church of Scientology in London, and now I share my experiences and give other people a platform to do the same on YouTube. So for those of you who don't already know me, welcome. Go and check out my other videos, and for those of you who do already know me, welcome back. It has been 10 years since I was kicked out of the church and declared a potential trouble source. Now, it was less than 10 years ago that I stopped considering myself a Scientologist. I continued doing courses and so on until about 2016. However, the events that led up to my declare started around now, this time of the year, exactly 10 years ago. So I thought it would be interesting in this new series to go on a day-by-day journey with you, looking at some of the reports and the documents that I have from my time in Scientology so that you can track in real time exactly what was happening to me and what I was going through in my journey. Now, on the 10th of October 2013, so just a few days before the day we're on now, I received this document, which is a commendation from my boss at the time, Charlie Wackley, and it says, Ethics Section, London Day. That means that this report is sent to them, it's directed at them, the people responsible for human relations and justice and all this sort of thing, and staffing, and it is being sent from the PES LDND. Now, PES stands for Public Executive Secretary, LDND stands for London Day. So that's the post title and the place, and that is Charlie Wackley, who some of you may know. And then it says CC ED London Day. So CC, obviously carbon copy, ED is Executive Director, so the person in charge of the church in London. So they are getting a copy of this too. The above staff are highly commended for their hard work and dedication on the front lines of 6A. Now, 6A is the public-facing division of Scientology. My job as Director of Public Book Sales was in Division 6A, and essentially my job was to recruit new people into the church. 2 weeks ago, they hit 74 NBS Raw. Now, NBS Raw is number of books sold to raw public. That means non-Scientologists. That was my statistic, the number, the stat that I was looking after in my job in Scientology. So I've sold 74 books this week is what that means. 2 weeks ago, they hit 74 NBS Raw in a week which was a big affluence. Now, big affluence means the stats were really going up. They were on an upward trend and things were looking good. But even better than this is that you have got the NBS Raw into a new range. At the start of the year, we were averaging 20 to 30 Raw, and now we are pretty much over the 50 mark. What you are doing is absolutely vital for the org and future of Scientology. I know what it takes to be really out there on the front lines disseminating, and you three have bundles of it. Well done and keep it up. Let's get to our next target, 100 NBS Raw. Much love, Charlie Wackley, PES London Day. PES means Public Executive Secretary, so he was my senior. Now, this commendation shows I was doing really well at my job and I was selling a lot of books and we were succeeding, my stats were high and I was performing very, very well. Now, let's look at today's document, which was the 14th of October, 10 years ago, and it says Board of Review CSW. Now you see on the top left there it says LC London Day, so LC means LRH communicator. He's the person responsible for making sure Scientology is applied correctly as per L. Ron Hubbard technology. Now, a CSW is a completed staff work. This is basically a request for approval for something. So this is my CSW. Situation: I am requesting a board of review on my handling over the last 2 years. Data: I was off lines for 2 years and barred from courses, events and going up the bridge. I would like a board of review on this, and additionally the fact that it took just under 2 years for me to get back on lines, considering it was eventually agreed that I had done nothing wrong. Solution: conduct a board of review on the above. And then you have approved, not approved, and I always put not approved why, which is not policy, but I always wanted someone to give a reason if they were going to not approve something. So this is the document that I sent requesting a review into why I was kicked out of Scientology the first time. And this is the date, the 14th, today, that I sent this document 10 years ago exactly today. So in the next video, we will be looking at the response that I got to that, and we'll continue this discussion. Now, to give you a bit of background as to what I'm talking about here, for those of you not familiar with my story, I was a Scientologist and I was about to go to the International Associations of Scientologists event in St Hill near East Grinstead, which is the UK headquarters of Scientology, and I was called up and said that I couldn't go because I have a connection to a suppressive person, someone who's an anti-Scientologist who is critical or a former member. Turns out it was just a friend of a family member or something like this. And because of that, I was told I can't do any courses, I can't study Scientology, I can't go into the org, and I was really upset about this. So when I rejoined staff, I was kicking up a bit of a fuss and saying, hey, I got kicked out and I didn't want to be kicked out, because I'd spent all of my time beforehand as a teenager working for the org and made friends, and suddenly they couldn't speak to me. So this was the board review that I sent after joining staff again, asking for them to look into it and establish why I was kicked out the first time, and I was also kind of seeking an apology because I shouldn't have been kicked out as per LRH policy. So that's the document from today. You will see me again in this series when the next document comes out, which will be about a week from now, and we will be looking at what the board of review actually looks like, what it means, and what happened. So thank you for joining me. If you want to support the channel, press the like button, subscribe, comment, all that sort of stuff, and I'll see you soon.